welcome to the third episode of Cribs here on the Tarmac Show at Grand River Raceway. We're here at the house of the one and only Ron Waples, a member of both Halls of Fame in Canada and the U.S., absolutely one of the most outstanding performers in the history of the sport, and we're going to check out his crib.
Hey Kelly, welcome to my crib. Come on in.
All right.
Life is a hard-fought race. You are due for a win.
At Grand River Raceway, you watch others run in circles.
Grand River Raceway promises an unforgettable evening of entertainment, live harness racing, 200 slot machines, fine casual dining, and a winning attitude.
Grand River Raceway!
Expect an experience.
Visit GrandRiverRaceway.com.
Yes, this painting up here is Huggy Hanover in the Kentucky Futurity in Lexington, Kentucky. It's a beautiful painting, and he was a beautiful horse. He won straight heats that day, and he went, I think he paid $80 or something when he won, so he wasn't supposed to win, but it just worked out good for him. He's a great horse, and it's a great race, the Kentucky Futurity. This painting here is painted by Bill Orr from Florida. It's a horse called No Sex Please that my son Ron Jr. bought for $15,000 as a yearling. He went on and made about $1.7 million. This is the Hamiltonian trophy here. You probably wouldn't believe it with what it's full of there. Fake pine cones, as Kelly said, but they all got to have a purpose, otherwise they just sit there and collect dust. I won this here with Park Avenue Joe and Probe. They're in a dead heat, the only dead heat of the Hamiltonian in the history of the race, and that's been going on for a century, I guess. This is one of my favorite pictures down here. It's of a horse called Lambo Rapido. What's favorite about it for me is all the signatures are along the outside. It was presented to me in 1977, I guess. This here wood carving here comes from the Dominican Republic. There's a lot of things down in this room here that come from different parts of North America, or even overseas too, where we visited or went on business or whatever. But I really like this here, just the detail of it and everything. It's all from one piece of wood, and the carving is just beautiful. I think it is anyway. This picture here is taken in Garden State Park. I got to jog Nihilator after he finished his 3-year-old season. I mean, he was just such a great horse, and we ended up buying a share in him. So I asked Mr. Houghton if I could jog him one morning, and he said, sure, come on over. So that what was going on there. But these Indian sculptures, I fell in love with them the first one I seen, so then I started buying one every year. Went to Harrisburg sale from a dealer down there. So we have 6, I think, collectible there, and the wooden one here, he came from California, had a mate to him, but the dog chewed him up, so we just have the one left now. But I like the detail in that of the artifacts that are on them. It's very precise. These 2 pictures you're looking at now, I'm very proud of them. I was the first guy to win $2 million races in a week at Meadowlands, New Jersey. The first being Ralph Hanover in the Meadowlands Pace, and the second being Shannon's Fancy in the Sweetheart Pace. So that's it was pretty neat. I thought it was a pretty good payday for the week anyway. This is the helmet that I wore when I was in New Jersey. I raced in the Roosevelt International with a mare called Kading, and I represented the United States. This picture you're looking at here now, with me with the fluff on top and the flowers in my hand, the significance of this fluff on top there, if it was on one side meant that you were married, and if it was on the other side meant you were single. At that point in time in my life, I just wasn't sure where the fluff should be, so just let it fall where it fell. This is a picture of what they call a cold blood over in Sweden. I was supposed to be one of the first North American guy to win with one of them cold bloods. The best way to describe them, I guess they're halfway between a standardbred and a riding horse, and very, very aggressive, and I found them to be very ignorant to drive, but we ended up getting the job done there. This painting here is by Bill Orr, and this is Ralph Hanover winning the Little Brown Jug. It's one of, I guess, one of the biggest thrills of my career.
You know you've got too many trophies when... What is this trophy for? The one holding all of the kitchen utensils.
I was 300 wins in one season, 1977. This picture you're looking at now here was a special night for me. It was in 1968. This was my first 2-minute win with a gorgeous chestnut horse with a flowing white mane, white mane and tail, and his name was Blaze Pick. I think he was his first 2-minute mile at Mohawk, if I remember right. This picture you're looking at now is, I think, one of my favorite pictures in here. One of my favorite horses of all time. Anyways, J.M. Van Gogh is his name. Just a great racehorse. that picture was taken before he went over the $1 million, where he's just over the $1 million. Now he's over $2 million and still going. This flower vase you're looking at now is a trophy that I won for HTA Driver of the Year for North America in 1979, I believe it was. It's very hard to win that. It's the only time I did win it was that year, but it was a great thrill. This painting you're looking at here is painted by Bill Orr. This is the second time I won the Little Brown Jug with Fake left. I went to Delaware, Ohio that day without a drive in the jug and ended up winning the jug. This trophy you're looking at now, I guess the best way to explain it, this is Billy O'Donnell's favorite trophy. The only unfortunate part was he never get to win it. But out of the goodness of my heart, when he comes over for supper some nights, I set him at the head of the table so he has to look at it all the time, and we do bring the conversation up, which he's not overly pleased with. In the Pilgrim Place, he drove Annihilator, and Lucien Fontaine had a horse in there called Forest Skipper, and turning down the backstretch to get in some kind of a rush to get back to the paddock or something, but I was sitting back about 4th or 5th, and Amber Dallas, he kicked in on the way home and ended up winning it, so Billy was pretty disappointed he didn't win it because Annihilator was the best horse out that year, but like I say, I let him look at it every time he comes over, and I even offered to put it up on the table beside him so Matt could take his picture, and then he could take it home and put it on his wall, but he hasn't done it yet. This trophy you're looking at now, we're all very proud of it. It was won by my son Matt for photography. He was the youngest guy to win the Sovereign Award. We all went down to the banquet that night, and it was a big thrill for him, and it was just as big a thrill for us to see him get it. This here is a picture of George Burns. I was a big fan of his. I just thought he had really great dry sense of humor, as millions of other people did also, but I'd sent him a picture of No Sex Please as a gimmick or a joke for him, and I said, here's something to put on your office wall. I said, I've read a couple of your books, and I said, I really enjoyed your books. I was wondering if there's any way that you could sign the book for me and send me back a picture, and that's what he did. It says, to Ron, my best, George Burns, and same thing in the picture, so I'm pretty proud of that. Unfortunately, George is not with us anymore, but he's still in the crapper. You must wonder why I don't know what all these trophies are for. You know, a person should know what they're for, and not only is it an honor to race in these races, but it's a great honor when you get to win some of these races. I don't look back on what all I've done. I'm all for looking ahead. You know, Confucius says, man who looks back all the time ends up with kink in neck.